Cat's out of the bag, the secret is no longer a secret, it's been revealed.
I have something to tell you. You remember that mysterious book club I joined?
Yes, you've been very secretive about it. Almost annoyingly so.
Well, it's admirable that you've been so patient. But the cat's out of the bag now. My club isn't really a book club.
What do you mean it isn't a book club?
It's a cover for something else. We're actually a volunteer group that helps clean up local parks and forests. We just didn't want to publicize it as we wanted to avoid attention.
Wow, no wonder you always came home with muddy shoes.
Yes, that should have been a dead giveaway. Honestly, it feels great to give back to the community.
I respect that. I'm glad you're involved in such a noble cause. And relieved that the cat's out of the bag. Integrity suits you better than mystery.
Environmental protection.
I've been thinking about environmental protection lately. It seems we're not doing enough.
I totally agree. The impact of our daily actions on the environment is quite profound.
Yes, for example, excessive use of plastic. It's easy to ignore when we only look at individual actions. But when billions of people do the same, it's disastrous.
Right. And we are seeing the effects, like plastic pollution in the oceans. Also, the high levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere are causing global warming.
That is worrisome. Also, the deforestation problem. It is leading to loss of biodiversity.
Yes, we need to encourage reducing, reusing, and recycling. Plant more trees, switch to renewable energy sources, and limit our carbon footprints.
Exactly. If everyone makes small changes, it can set off a chain reaction. And hopefully, we can preserve the environment for future generations.
Ability.
How you doing? I've noticed you seem to be learning to play piano pretty well.
Yes, that's true. Been practicing daily.
I must admit, I'm a bit surprised. I didn't realize you had that ability.
To be honest, neither did I. It's part of my recent self-discovery process.
That's fantastic. It's a beautiful thing to uncover new abilities within yourself.
Yes, it is. I never thought I could learn an instrument, but I'm really enjoying it.
We all have hidden abilities. It's just about digging deep and finding them.
Indeed. And I've learned it's more about perseverance than talent.
Exactly. Many think ability is the key. But perseverance cultivates ability.
Agreed. I wonder what else I might be able to do if I push myself a bit.
The possibilities are endless. It's fascinating how much potential resides within each of us.
It's raining cats and dogs, it's raining heavily.
Did you notice the weather outside?
No, I haven't had a chance to look out the window yet. Why do you ask?
It's raining cats and dogs. I didn't even bring an umbrella. I'm stranded here for a while.
Oh, that's not good. But the weather forecast did mention there would be heavy showers today.
I guess I must have missed that. I really need to start watching the weather forecast before leaving my house.
That'll be a good idea. Sometimes it is quite unpredictable though. Just like life, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Well, there's nothing I can do about it now. Guess I'll just have to wait it out.
Probably the best thing to do. Would you like some coffee while you wait?
Yes, that sounds great. A hot cup of coffee is all I need right now.
All right, let me make that for you.
Expressing prohibition.
I was thinking about bringing my dog to the office tomorrow. He's really calm, and I thought it might brighten the day.
Actually, the office policy strictly prohibits pets. There's a concern about allergies and distractions.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I thought I saw someone with a small dog last week.
That was a service animal, which is an exception. Regular pets aren't allowed at any time.
That makes sense. I wouldn't want to cause any issues. Are there any other similar rules I should be aware of?
Yes, there's also a strict no smoking policy within 50 feet of the office building, and personal deliveries are to be limited during work hours to avoid congestion and distractions.
Good to know. I'll make sure to comply with those rules. Thanks for letting me know.
No problem. It's always better to ask if you're unsure. That way, we can keep the office comfortable for everyone.
Keep an eye on the ball, to stay focused and attentive.
Did you see Mike's new paintings? They're really exceptional.
Oh, yes, I have. His style has evolved and become more sophisticated.
Agreed. He's done quite well for himself. I remember when he was just starting and was uncertain if he could make a living out of it.
Yeah, same here. But he always had this incredible passion for art. It was not just about money for him.
Exactly. He used to say that painting was his life, not just a hobby. His determination and passion are probably why he's achieved so much.
That's true. Unlike other young artists who get distracted easily, Mike really knew how to keep an eye on the ball.
Absolutely. His focus has been key to his success. It's a great lesson for anyone pursuing a dream not to lose sight of what's important.
Definitely. Dedication and perseverance always pay off. We can all learn something from Mike.
Making friends.
Making friends has always been challenging for me. I generally find it hard to connect with people in a meaningful way.
I totally understand that. What do you think is the core issue?
Maybe I put too much pressure on myself. I worry about saying the right thing, and then I often end up not saying anything at all.
But for many people, friendship isn't about finding the perfect words. It's about shared experiences, loyalty, and emotional support.
That's true, but I struggle to initiate those shared experiences. I worry I'm not interesting enough.
Honestly, everyone has something interesting to share. Remember, friendship isn't a performance. It's about mutual respect, care, and understanding.
I think I need to remember that more often. I just tend to overthink things.
Overthinking can be a block, indeed. Just be yourself. People value authenticity more than a perfect performance. You'll find your group.
Checking for understanding.
So, just to make sure I've got everything right for our trip, we're planning to leave on Friday morning, right?
Yes, that's correct. We're aiming to leave by 8 a.m. so we can avoid the heavy traffic.
Okay, and we are driving there together in your car?
Exactly. We'll use my car. Did you also get the list of items we need to bring along?
I think so. We need camping gear, enough clothes for 3 days, food supplies, and the hiking map, right?
That's mostly right. But don't forget we also need to bring our own water bottles and a first aid kit.
Got it. Water bottles and a first aid kit. Anything else we're missing?
Just make sure your camera is charged. You mentioned wanting to take photos. Other than that, we're all set.
Perfect. Thanks for clarifying. I'm really looking forward to this.
Giving directions.
Hi there. Can you help me find the post office?
Of course. It's not too far from here. You'll want to head down this street until you reach the first intersection.
At the intersection. Do I turn?
Yes, take a right at the intersection. Then, continue straight for about 3 blocks. You'll pass a coffee shop and a small bookstore on your left.
Got it. Right at the intersection, past the coffee shop and bookstore. Then what?
After the 3rd block, you'll see a large parking lot on your right. The post office is right next to that lot, with a blue awning out front.
Okay, right turn, 3 blocks. Look for the parking lot and the blue awning. Thanks. How long should that take walking?
It should only be about a 5-minute walk from here. You're pretty close.
Perfect. Thanks for your help.
No problem. Have a great day.
Let's cut to the chase.
Hey, I heard you wanted to discuss something important. What's up?
Yeah, I've been thinking about our project timeline. Let's cut to the chase. Do you think we can realistically meet the deadline?
Honestly, I have my doubts. There's still a lot of work to be done, and we're running out of time.
That's what I was afraid of. What do you think we should do? Ask for an extension?
That might be our best option. We could also look at reallocating some tasks to make things more manageable.
I agree. Let's prioritize the critical tasks and see if there's anything we can delegate or streamline.
Good idea. I'll talk to the team and see who can take on additional responsibilities.
And I'll draft an email to our client, explaining the situation and requesting more time.
Sounds like a plan. We need to act fast to make sure we stay on top of this.
Absolutely. Let's get started and make sure we do everything we can to meet our goals.
Agreed. We've got a lot of work ahead, but we can handle it together.
Playing soccer.
So, how long have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing for about 12 years now. I started when I was 7.
Wow, that's quite a commitment. Do you play on a team?
Yes, I play for our local club. We usually have games every weekend.
That sounds fun. What position do you usually play?
I typically play as a midfielder. The role requires a lot of running, and it's strategically crucial.
Must be exhausting but exciting. What do you enjoy the most about the game?
Well, the camaraderie is great, but I also love the strategy involved with the game. It's like a moving chessboard.
I get it. Every move counts. What's your most memorable match?
Last summer, when we won the regional championship, the final was thrilling, and winning it was incredibly satisfying.
Sounds amazing. Congrats. Soccer truly challenges your endurance and perseverance.
Absolutely. It definitely teaches you about teamwork and having a competitive spirit.
Individual initiative.
Taking individual initiative means going above and beyond the expectations that have been set for you. Don't you think?
I agree. But it's more complex than that. It also involves having the foresight to plan and act ahead, to innovate, and to take risks.
True. Risk-taking is a significant aspect. A person with initiative doesn't shy away from taking bold steps even if failure is a possibility. It's born from self-confidence and dedication.
Yes, and it's not just about personal growth. When individuals display initiative, they often inspire others to strive for more too. It can create a sort of ripple effect.
That's an excellent point. It could change the overall productivity and innovation levels in a group or company. It encourages others to think creatively and to invest their best efforts.
Absolutely. Individual initiative is both an internal drive and an influence for others. It's a key trait for anyone who wants to thrive and to drive progress.
Making friends.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a.
Hey, I saw you at the community center the other day. You were playing guitar, right?
Yeah, that was me. I like to practice there sometimes. It's quieter than my apartment.
That's cool. I play a bit of piano. Maybe we could jam sometime?
I'd like that. It's always fun to play with someone new. What kind of music are you into?
Mostly jazz and some classic rock. How about you?
I'm really into folk and indie. But I play a bit of everything. Jazz sounds like a fun challenge.
Great, we should definitely set something up. Do you usually have free time on weekends?
Most weekends, yes. How about next Saturday? We could meet at the community center.
Next Saturday works for me. It'll be fun to mix our styles. Looking forward to it.
Me too. It's nice to make a new friend with similar interests. See you then.
I think of you and all the shit you don't do.
Stock investment.
I've been considering stock investment. Any advice? Absolutely. Always remember, diversification is key. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. As they say. Makes sense. What kind of stock should I start with? If you're a beginner, then it may be wise to begin with index funds. They offer wide market exposure, low operating expenses, and low portfolio turnover. I've heard about those. They track the market right, Correct. They're designed to match or track the components of a market index. Also, it's a good idea to invest consistently instead of trying to time the market. That seems like a smarter way to handle it. What about monitoring stocks? It's significant to stay updated. But obsessing over daily fluctuations isn't productive. Make sure you review your investment performance on a regular basis. Though. Thanks for the tips. Stock investment is starting to seem less intimidating now.
Job hopping.
I noticed on LinkedIn that you've changed jobs again. Isn't job hopping bad for your career?
Actually, it's not always the case. While stability is important, working in different places can prove beneficial too.
Really? How so?
Firstly, it can significantly enhance your skill set. Each job offers unique experiences and opportunities to learn new things. Adaptability is another trait it develops.
I can understand that. But what about establishing strong reference contacts? Or reaching a high position in a company?
Indeed, prolonged tenure in a company can help in achieving higher positions. But job hopping doesn't necessarily ruin your references. It depends on how you handle transitions.
Interesting. What about the concern of potential employers being wary of your tendency to leave?
As long as you can articulate why you made those moves and how they've enhanced your skills, many employers are understanding about it today.
Expressing regret.
Hey, I've been meaning to bring something up.
Yeah. What's it?
It's about last weekend's party. I realized that my behavior was out of line. I regret being so rude.
Oh, I see. I didn't expect you to bring this up.
Well, I've been stewing over it. My actions might have soured the mood and ruined the night for others.
Honestly, yes, it did affect the overall vibe.
I regret it. I let the stress of my personal issues influence my behavior. It's no excuse, but it's why I acted out.
I'm glad you recognized it, and it's brave of you to admit it.
I hope to make up for it. I plan on apologizing to everyone individually. It's the least I can do.
That's a good start, and I believe it shows true remorse and a willingness to change.
Break a leg, a phrase used to wish someone good luck, often in a theatrical context.
I wanted to tell you earlier, but I knew you'd be swamped with rehearsals. I managed to get through to the final of the city's baking contest.
Wait, really? That's wonderful. When is it?
It's next Saturday. I'm quite nervous about it, to be honest.
Don't be. Remember what our grandmother used to tell us before every school play?
Break a leg. She had a theatrical spirit, always believing in tradition and superstition.
Exactly. She believed in that idiom to bring good luck. So, break a leg at the contest and make her proud.
I will definitely try my hardest. I'm testing out a new recipe.
Oh, will you give me a small preview?
Sorry, but it's a secret recipe. You're just going to have to wait and taste for yourself at the contest.
Well, fair enough. Remember the idiom and break a leg.
Expressing shock.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
You know Tommy, from down the street?
The mailman? Sure, we chat sometimes.
Apparently, he won the lottery yesterday. A whopping $50 million.
No way. That has to be some kind of joke. Tommy, the quiet mailman, is now a multimillionaire?
That's exactly what I said. It's surreal. The news even showed him holding up the winning ticket. He looked bewildered.
I can't imagine. Tommy always lived quite humbly. A small, simple house, packed lunch, old pickup truck, and now he's richer than anyone we've ever known.
It's baffling. The whole town's talking about it. Life's a surprise around every corner, eh?
Indeed, it is. Tomorrow it could be us winning the lottery.
Well, that would be something. Can you imagine the shock? It pushes the boundaries of belief.
Life never ceases to astonish me. That's for sure.
Swing those hips around.
Giving good news.
Hello. Do you have a moment? I wanted to share some good news with you.
Of course, I have time. What's the good news?
You remember my sister was trying to get into a medical school, right?
Yes, I do. She's been preparing for that for a long time.
Well, she finally received her acceptance letter. She's been accepted into Harvard Medical School.
Wow, that's incredible news. I'm really happy for her. Harvard is one of the best institutions in the world.
Exactly, and we are all so proud of her. She's worked really hard and it's been her dream for so long.
It's great to see hard work pay off like this. Please pass on my congratulations to her.
I certainly will. This is a big step for her. And we all can't wait to see what she'll achieve next.
No doubt she'll do great things. That's wonderful news, indeed.
Talking about jobs.
So, what do you do for work?
I'm a graphic designer. I work mostly with digital media, creating visuals for websites and apps. How about you?
I'm a high school teacher. I teach biology and environmental science. It's pretty rewarding.
That sounds interesting. What's it like being a teacher?
It's challenging but fulfilling. I love seeing students get excited about science and learn new things. And graphic design, that must be creative, right?
Absolutely, it's creative and every project is different. It keeps things exciting. I also freelance on the side, which allows me to work on a variety of projects.
Sounds like you have a good mix of stability and variety.
I try to. It keeps the work fresh. And teaching must keep you on your toes too, with new students every year.
Definitely, no 2 days are the same. It's what I love about it.
Down the drain, wasted or lost completely.
I had a collection of rare coins, which I kept in a safe in my home.
I remember you mentioning that a long time ago. You were quite passionate about it.
I was. Each coin had a history and a story to tell. But you know what? Those coins are all gone now.
What? How did that happen?
Last month, I decided to sell them to pay for my daughter's college tuition. But, when I finally opened the safe, it was empty.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Do you have any idea what happened?
Sadly, I suspect it was my nephew. He has a history of sticky fingers. God knows where all those coins are now.
That's really tough. All those years of collecting. Down the drain just like that?
Yes, down the drain indeed. But, at least my daughter's college education isn't compromised. That's what matters the most right now.
Expressing shock.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed.
Did you hear about the old theater downtown? It burned down last night.
What? The Grandview Theater? That can't be true.
Yes, it's true. I couldn't believe it myself until I saw the news coverage. The entire building is gone.
That's shocking. I just went to a show there last month. It was such a historic landmark.
I know, it's a huge loss for the community. They said it was an electrical fire that spread quickly through the old wiring.
That's terrible. Were there any injuries reported?
Thankfully, no. It happened late at night when no one was inside.
That's at least one piece of good news. Do they plan to rebuild it?
It's unclear at the moment. There's going to be a community meeting next week to discuss it.
I hope they do rebuild. It was such an important part of our town. I need to read up on this myself. What a shock.
To play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got.
Interrupting people.
You know what I really don't appreciate? When people interrupt me while talking. It's really disrespectful.
Sure, I get that. Interrupting someone can seem like you're not valuing their thoughts.
Exactly. It gives off an impression that what they have to say is more important than what I'm currently saying.
Well, sometimes people interrupt not because they think they're more important, but because they might forget their thought if they don't say it immediately.
That's understandable. But they should at least wait for a pause. It's a matter of courtesy not to cut someone off in the middle of their sentence.
Agreed, timing is key. Although sometimes interruptions help to clarify misunderstandings quickly.
That's true. Maybe we should all learn to interrupt politely, if necessary, instead of outright bashing the practice.
Yes, interrupting with grace and mutual respect can lead to productive conversations.
Asking for clarification.
You mentioned the meeting next week, but I'm not sure about the details. Could you clarify when and where it's happening?
Oh, sure. It's scheduled for Wednesday at 10 a.m. We're meeting in the main conference room on the second floor.
Wednesday at 10. Got it. And who needs to be there from our team?
Everyone from our department is expected to attend. Plus, the project managers from the client side will be there too.
Okay, that makes sense. What's the main focus of the meeting? Do we need to prepare anything specific?
The main focus is to go over the project timelines and discuss any adjustments. It would be good if you could bring the latest project reports and any relevant data you have.
All right, I'll make sure to have those documents ready. Is there anything else that needs to be addressed?
That should cover it. Just make sure the data includes the updates from last week.
Will do. Thanks for clearing that up.
Expressing cause and effect.
Did you hear about the bushfire in the national park?
Yes, I did. I heard it was because of the months of dry weather and strong winds.
Exactly. The lack of rainfall led to drier conditions, which enabled the fire to spread much more quickly. And the high winds just made it worse.
That's both frightening and saddening. Unfortunately, it wasn't just the park that was affected. Right?
No, it wasn't. The dense smoke caused low visibility, posing risks for drivers on nearby highways. Many road accidents were reported because of it.
So, the dry spell and wind didn't just result in a bushfire, but also indirectly contributed to road accidents.
You're right. It's a chain of unfortunate effects. It's crucial to understand how some causes have unexpected repercussions broader than what is initially apparent.
I agree completely. It's an important lesson on the interconnectedness of things.
Wealth gap.
Have you noticed the wealth gap in our society?
Yeah, it seems to be expanding, doesn't it?
Definitely. The rich are getting richer while the poor are getting poorer.
Absolutely. And it's not just about having money or not. It's about the opportunities that wealth offers.
Yes, wealth can afford better education, healthcare, and living conditions. It's not equitable.
Moreover, it tends to perpetuate itself. When you're born into wealth, you're more likely to remain wealthy.
True. This is because you can afford to invest and grow wealthier, a luxury not many have. The same applies to poverty. It's a cycle that is hard to break.
Indeed, it's a systemic issue. It's not just about individual effort, but about addressing systemic hurdles that keep people in poverty.
Agreed. That's why we need to address it on a larger societal level. Real change is needed to bridge this gap.
Smoke abatement.
I've been hearing a lot about smoke abatement recently. But what exactly does it involve?
Smoke abatement is about reducing or eliminating the release of smoke into the environment. It's mainly focused on industrial smoke that gets released from factories or power plants.
So, it's just like some kind of filter for factory chimneys?
It can include filters, but it's much more than that. Strategies can range from switching to cleaner fuels, installing catchment devices in chimneys, to re-engineering process to reduce smoke production.
That all sounds quite technical. Why is it so important?
The concern is majorly about public health and climate change. Smoke pollution contributes to respiratory disorders and global warming. With proper smoke abatement, we can breathe cleaner air and slow down climate change.
That makes sense. And indeed, it's something everyone should be conscious about. Our actions do have far-reaching consequences.
Absolutely. It's all about taking better care of our planet for the future generations.
Back to the drawing board, to start over after a failure.
Did you hear about my investment in the gold mining venture?
No, I didn't. How did it go?
It was an absolute disaster. I lost a significant amount of money.
The mining site dried up within a few months of operation, and shareholders got nothing.
That's tough. Are you going to fold up?
Oh no, definitely not. Losing money does hurt, but it's not the end of the world. I guess it's just back to the drawing board for me. It's a lesson learned, and it's time to reassess, plan, and invest wisely in the future.
That's the spirit. Besides, not all investments pay off as expected. It's all part of the risks involved with investing.
Absolutely. It isn't always about winning. It's about learning from the missteps and standing up after falling down.
Cheers to that, my friend. I'm sure you'll bounce back in no time. After all, you're not one to quit easily.
Drugs.
You've heard about the growing drug epidemic, right?
Yeah. It's so saddening to hear about young people ruining their lives.
Exactly. But did you know it's not just illegal substances causing harm, but also prescription drugs?
Really? How so?
Many people get hooked on painkillers, sedatives, or stimulants prescribed by doctors. They might start taking more than prescribed or using them in ways not intended.
But if a doctor prescribes it, shouldn't it be safe?
Unfortunately, no. Some medications can be addictive, and overuse can lead to drug dependence and severe health issues.
That's alarming. I guess education about drug misuse is vital, even for legal drugs.
Absolutely. Prevention is always better than cure. It's crucial to create a better understanding about the harmful impact of drug abuse, whether it's legal or illegal substances.
Agreed. Thanks for sharing. I've learned something new today.